Hello people, happy Sunday to you all, and today we're going to do a video on this Lenovo here. This is a Lenovo ThinkCentre M58e. It's circa 2010, and the story was actually found this machine. I found it. I trash picked it back in 2018. And I actually upgraded quite a bit out of it, actually. So, the original specs it had a Pentium dual core Pentium dual core 6300. It had 3 gigs of RAM. I didn't have a hard drive in it when I got it. And originally it came with Windows 7. It came with Windows 7 Professional, which I have Ultimate on here. But now I actually upgraded quite a bit out of it, which my grandfather's machine, his old machine, failed. So I used a bunch of like some of the old parts, like the processor, to upgrade this machine. Which for a while I had a Core 2 Duo in, but now from that scrap that I took, from what I took out of his old computer, I upgraded it to a Core 2 Quad. It has a Core 2 Quad Q9300, and I upgraded the RAM from 3 to 4, and it has a 1 terabyte hard drive in it. So, anyways, in the front we have the Lenovo badge. We have a DVD burner drive, which was from another Lenovo. Another 5 1/4 inch bay, which I'm only gonna have one up. A 3.5 inch bay, which I think these were meant for card readers. I don't think they were made for floppy drives. So we have power button. We have power LED, the hard drive LED. We have 2 USB ports, headphone, microphone. These badges, which I added myself. We Lenovo Enhanced Experience 2.0, Core 2 Quad, and Windows 7. And over there, 7258. And you know, there you have your Windows 7 professional key, your Lenovo branding. You actually have it's on that side panel. In the back, we have an upgraded power supply. We have PS2 ports for keyboard and mouse, serial parallel VGA, 4 USB ports, Ethernet, and audio. And we have a video card with DVI, HDMI, DisplayPort. I have an adapter because I use an analog monitor with it. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera so we can take a look at the inside. Alright, so taking a look at the inside, I did upgrade the power supply. It had a 300 in it, or a 250 I upgraded it to a Seasonic 350 watt, which has active PFC and is 80 plus certified, which is much better than the one that I had in here before. We have the DVD drive, which is SATA. This system does not have IDE. And we have the cooler, which I put a Core 2 Quad Q9300 in. We have 4 gigs of RAM. It's a DDR2 800. Actually, I have 4 of them. I have 2 of these in my XP machine, which you saw in the video before, and then I have 2 in this machine. We have the video card, which I put in myself. Is an OEM NVIDIA GT640, which plays quite a bit of, which plays the Windows 7 games I run perfectly. It plays Portal 2 perfectly. It plays Duke Nukem Forever perfectly, and it plays Far Cry 3 perfectly, and a bunch of other games. A hard drive, which I put in a 1 terabyte Toshiba drive, so it's plenty big enough, and it's a good drive. So yeah, and which I had a 250, but I needed more space for games, for Windows 7 games, so I put in a 1 terabyte. And yeah, this machine it's actually a really good machine now. Now with a better power supply, a better processor, more RAM, and hard drive, and big hard drive. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to So I'm gonna close this up. Put thumb screws back in. So this case uses thumb screws. There we go. We'll go ahead and hook it back up and we'll boot her up. Alrighty, this is where I use my ThinkCentre. I have this LG monitor which I had for over a decade now. It's actually a really good monitor, perfect for an old computer like this one. I have these Logitech speakers, which work. Just move this stuff out of the way. I have a Lenovo keyboard, even though it has the current Lenovo logo. It's actually a really nice keyboard, even though it has a different layout. It's a really nice keyboard. Another bit. And I have a Microsoft Basic Optical Mouse 1.0, and yeah, it's all black, which is pretty nice. So let's go and boot it up. We'll go into BIOS here. BIOS, having setup. So let's go into System Summary. We have a Core 2 Quad Q9300 2.5 gigahertz with 1333 front side bus, 4 gigs of RAM, active video external code. The time and date's all set. I think it's the original CMOS battery that's in here. Works just fine. And then plug and play OS I enabled, CPU setup. Yeah, the microcode was from 2009. So, yep. Hard disk drive, Toshiba, and the DVD drive is actually a Toshiba Samsung. So, kind of interesting. So, we'll do Control Delete and we'll boot up into Windows, which we'll let it boot into Windows here. So I have Windows 7 Ultimate running on here. Windows 7 Ultimate with Service Pack 1 installed. And it works pretty well. And I'll probably demonstrate some, probably 1 or 2 games. So, yeah. And I'll have to put my password in. Hold on. Yeah, I'll put my password in. There we go. Yep, there's Windows 7. Yep. Up there's Steam. So if we take a look at the system info, takes a little while, but it runs pretty well. I'll be right back so that we can so I can show you the oh there it goes. Never mind. It just took a while. But if we take a look at the specs, it is a Q9300, 2.5 gigahertz, 4 gigs of RAM, and I'm running 64-bit Windows. And I have Windows 7 Ultimate Service Pack 1. If we take a look at the Windows Experience Index, which we have a 7.2 for process. Oh, let's see. We have 7.2 for processors, 7.2 for RAM, 7.3 for graphics and gaming graphics, and my hard drive gets a 5.9. So there you go. And I do have Office 2010 on here. So as you can see, there's Office 2010, which does work. And so yeah. Yep. I'll probably do a video on gameplay with this machine at some point. I'll probably do gameplay in a separate video. And stay tuned because I have a couple videos planned for my travel channel. So stay tuned for that. But until then, I thank you all for watching, and I'll to see you in more videos.